I think the ability of the Filipino to adapt is the fact that they accept that people are different from them, all right? And they don't impose whatever it is that is their custom on other people.
Out of all your assignments, which has been your favorite assignment so far and why?
I've been asked many times that question, and I always say that there's always a charm to every country. Maybe the question that you should ask me is, which is the most challenging?
Okay, which one is the most challenging?
The multilateral one. Okay, that's the UN, because you deal with many countries. Which one is posting I feel I should have done more? That would be Timor-Leste, because I didn't stay very long. I would have wanted to do more. Which one was most fulfilling for me? It was the Czech Republic, because I was able to do so many projects there. One of them was to bring the Miss Czech competition to the Philippines.
Oh, nice.
Right. Okay. So in that way, we promoted the Philippines. You know, they had publicized it during the coronation night. They went to Cebu. Of course, they were in Manila. And I was trying to see whether there is something negative on the Philippines that would be broadcasted. And there was none. It was all very good. Okay, so in terms of promoting the Philippines, that was 100% good. And I recall the Czech ambassador telling me that, well, it seems that the Philippines had done a good job, because during Ondoy flood, he told me that it was the Czech people who donated about $1 million to the Philippines for the flood victims.
Oh, wow.
Only because, well, they knew about the Philippines after that publicity. So I was very happy. These are things that is very fulfilling. After all your effort and all the activities that you had in that country, there is something positive that came out of it. Other than that, we were able to convince a rich Czech businessman invest in the Philippines.
Like in businesses?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, great.
Oh, yeah. It's about home financing.
Okay.
So I heard that it's doing well in the Philippines.
Are there actually a lot of Filipinos in Czech Republic? Yeah.
In my time, less than 1,000.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then after that, I heard there was a Philippine store that opened.
Yeah.
And now we have a Philippine fast food.
Oh.
Only because you promote. And if there is any message that I'd like to really convey to Filipinos abroad, you Filipinos are the best diplomats that the Philippines can have, because you can always say something about your country that can influence people. You can tell them the beautiful sights of the Philippines. You can talk about Philippine food. You can talk about Philippine custom. To me, you're the best promoters of the Philippines abroad.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, a lot of my friends here in Germany, I told them so much about the Philippines, and I think a few visited me too, and they loved it. And now they even say, oh, it's better than this country. The beaches are more beautiful. I'm like, right? And we speak good English too, right? So yeah, I have a lot of friends who are Filipino
so that's
fans now. What do you do if you prepare for a tour of duty?
You study your country that you're going to be posted, what activities that you can do in that country, what do they need, what do they like, what can you promote in that country about the Philippines, places, food, people, and all that. So you get a briefer as to what the country is about. That's already part of our training.
And can actually diplomats choose where they are getting assigned to, or not really? And how did you get assigned to Germany, for example?
I was cross-posted from Portugal, right? It is practice now that everyone would be asked, what are the 3 places, your choices.
Okay.
And from there, they will probably give you what you'd like from that 3. It's a policy now. In the past, before, When I was a junior officer, they told us, oh, you have to go to an ASEAN country. That's your first posting. That's why I was in Kuala Lumpur.
I'm pretty sure there are countries that are very like everyone would love to be assigned to, and countries where they're like, oh, maybe not so much. What about those countries that say no one wants to pick that country? You just get assigned, right?
Well, the more they know that you want to be assigned there. My colleague is here, so he's nodding. So don't show that you want to be posted there too much, or else you won't get it. But you're given a choice.
Okay, that's good.
Right. Depending on what the department feels would be needed, okay, which place needs this, then that's where.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay. How hard was it to adapt to new cultures you were exposed to? Or let's say, which culture was the hardest for you to basically adapt to because it was so different from the Philippine culture?
I always say this.
Yeah.
I was asked one time, why are the Filipinos all over the world?
Oh, true, actually.
And I said, oh, well, that's because they're good at adapting. Right? And I always attribute this to the fact that the Philippines is an archipelago, right? With many islands. And you have Filipinos speaking different dialects. We have adobo, but adobo is cooked differently in Iloilo or in North, okay, from the Filipinos in the South, but it's still adobo. Some would put gata or coconut oil, and it's still adobo, right? And we don't say that adobo doesn't taste good. We just know that it's adobo, right? And we don't say that, oh, ours tastes better than yours. No, I think the ability of the Filipino to adapt is the fact that they accept that people are different from them, all right? And they don't impose whatever it is that is their custom on other people. So what Filipinos would do is observe other cultures, choose what is good for them, and say, this is good for me, and that's it. But they won't say, my culture is better than yours, or
that's true.
What how I cook is better than yours. No, they won't. You won't hear a Filipino say that. They would just say, it's good, right? Oh, this is the way you cook. This is the way you do it.
Yeah.
And sometimes they even adapt it because it's easier. We just tend to adapt and accept people as they are, different from us, and yet still many things to learn from.
So true.
Right?
Yeah. Nice. So do you have any tips for aspiring diplomats?
Oh, in my mind, I would say, keep the fire burning, because that's the idealism that is in you, that you'd like to serve the public always. Because as you age, there are health issues, the fire starts to flicker. It is always an honor and privilege to work in government. If you're in public service, you are always helping. I mean, if you have that kind of orientation that you enter government service to serve the public, it's in you, all right? And every day in work, you meet people, Filipinos, who are needing your service, needing your assistance, and you do it every day, right? And it becomes part of you. So that's why I say, keep the fire burning. Keep that sense of service there, because as you age, there are health issues and all that. The light will flicker. Yeah. And that's the time, it's, time to retire.
No, man, come on. The best is still yet to come. Come on.
Time to retire and leave it to the young ones to do, what you've always wanted to do, to serve the public.
Yeah.
So Anya, what's your job? It's to promote.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the new ambassador now. No joke.
Right.